Listen very closely and do as I say. Your life depends on it. Hand over everything you're carrying. Weapons, ammo, clothes, armor, everything. I want you stripped down to your underwear. I've told you what to do. Strip off your clothes and equipment or face summary execution. Will you comply? Take it all off and hand it to me. Then come inside and through the door at the rear of the chamber. Paladin Ramos is waiting for you.
How the hell did you get in here? Normally, I would have already shot you, but I'm under orders to bring you to the Elder. Will you come peacefully? Okay. I'll take you to him. Follow me, closely, or you'll be shot.
How did you find us, stranger? And do tell the truth. Accident or no, we both now find ourselves in an uncomfortable situation. You took an extreme risk in coming here. My policy towards trespassers has not been lenient. The security of this bunker is my foremost concern, and I take pains to minimize our exposure topside. For this reason, I might be interested in contracting with an outsider who can accomplish certain tasks, some basic, some a bit more involved. An NCR ranger has begun to set up post in one of the other bunkers up top, for example. I want him driven off. Understood? Very well. I'll be interested to see how thoroughly and efficiently you carry out your mission. Paladin Ramos will escort you back to the bunker's entrance and set you loose. Notice that I said loose, not free. You are not free to carry the secret of this bunker's location beyond Hidden Valley, until I'm convinced that you're capable and dependable. To underscore this point, you'll be fitted with an explosive collar. Wander off and it will detonate. Focus on your mission, and you'll be fine.
You'll find your equipment in the chest to your right. Don't bother coming back until you've dealt with the ranger.
Thought you'd sneak up on me, you filthy powder ganger? Exactly what powder ganger scum would say. Any last words before I pull this trigger? Relax, son. Just pulling your leg. What can I do for you? Dobson's my name. I'm an NCR Ranger operating out of Camp McCarran north of here. Reading man by birth, though. Now, why would I do that? You see some powder gangers on the approach or something? A Brotherhood base? Here? Are you shitting me? No one's seen them for years. I don't suppose you've got a scrap of evidence to support this wild-eyed claim of yours. I'll be. Let me take a look at that. All this is a slave collar. Seen plenty of these infernal contraptions in my day, and I know just how to spring them. Hold still. There, it's off. Now, thing is, a slave collar seems a little too basic for the Brotherhood. That's not to say I don't believe you, but... Did you just hear something?
Over here!
Thought you'd sneak up on me, you... Exactly. Relax. Well, I thought I might set up a safe house in one of the bunkers here, between the remote... Of course, seems a lot less remote since you showed up. Plus, I haven't been able to get my radio working. I reckon I'll stick around a while. Standard practice. Rangers operate on our own most of the time, and that's how we like it. Usually we call in our positions to McCarran to be relayed to other Rangers, but I can handle myself. I'm sure as hell not gonna lose any sleep on account of a goddamn broken down radio, but it will shorten my stay if I can't fix it. Oh, and in your expert opinion, why would that be? I see. Well, I'll take that under advisement. Dobson's my name. I'm an NCR Ranger operating out of Camp McCarran north of here. Now, why would I do that? You see some powder... A Brotherhood base? I don't... I'll be. Let me take a look at that. All this... There. It's off. That's... not just destroy my... Aha!
Stand back from the door. The Elder's eager to hear your report.
How did you resolve the situation with the Ranger? How do you know he won't be missed? That other Rangers won't come looking for him? Or NCR patrols? Did you just make matters worse? That's right. Because you did nothing to find out. Your collar was rigged with a microphone, you see. Part of the test. It would seem you are a brute. But even a brute can be of use. Particularly one capable of taking down an NCR Ranger one-on-one. Since you completed your assigned task, I will allow you to come and go from the bunker freely. So let's get that collar off you. There, that's better, I hope. Now that we have that bit of unpleasantness out of the way, there is a matter that I would like to discuss with you. Stop by the command room when you can. Oh, and bear in mind, if you end up betraying us, we will know it, and there will be no mercy.
You're being watched, so don't get any ideas.
How did you resolve the situation with the... How did... Stop. When you first showed up on our doorstep, I'll admit at first I didn't know what to think. After giving the matter some thought, however, I've decided that an outsider could be of great use to me right now. However, I will not force you to help us. Should you refuse, you will be allowed to leave here. Though no, we will be keeping an eye on you. What do you say, outsider? Are you willing to help us? Then allow me to explain our situation. This bunker is currently locked down, allowing no entry or exit. with you being one of the few exceptions. In exceptional cases, teams are sent out to investigate sites or retrieve materials deemed too important to ignore. 3 such teams have gone missing recently, and the news of their disappearance has not yet been widely spread to avoid undue concern. In order to maintain the peace and adhere to the strictures of the lockdown, I need to send someone else to discover what happened to them. I'm glad I can count on you. Oh, and one other thing. The patrols each had a holotape detailing their missions that you can use to track them. The shielding of the bunker prevents us from actively tracking them, but their positions should show up on your map once you get to the surface. Should our worst fears become realized, please bring back all 3 of the holotapes from the patrols. Otherwise, bring our brothers home. I've given the order that you be given access to some of the equipment our scouts and patrols have scavenged over the years. You won't be allowed to purchase any prohibited equipment, but hopefully some of what's available will prove useful to you.
Does Ramos know you're walking around without a guard?
So, you're the outsider that's been given leave to wander around freely. Desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess. Name's Hardin. I'm the head paladin of this chapter, and I think we might be able to help each other out. I don't know what the Elder talked to you about, but I can tell you this chapter is in trouble. And he's at the center of it. Are you willing to listen to what I have to say? As you may have already heard, this entire base is under a state of lockdown. No one goes out except small patrols at night. Most of the chapter has been sealed in here for years, and those few who were outside when the lockdown was initiated are forbidden from returning. Morale has plummeted as time has gone by, and many of our current paladins haven't seen combat outside of training simulations, and all because of the Elder's explicit order that no one be allowed in or out. The only way things will change is if a new Elder is installed. I don't know. I've gone through our records dozens of times looking for a precedent regarding the dismissal of an Elder and come up with nothing. The people who are most likely to know how it could be done are also some of McNamara's strongest supporters, so they refuse to help me, which is why we're having this conversation. An outsider such as yourself would arouse less suspicion asking questions about such matters. The fact that the Elder has some tasks for you means his faithful won't suspect you, and you have a line open to the man himself. In short, you're in a perfect position to help me. That'll have to do. I'd recommend going to see Ramos first. As head of security, he's more familiar with our protocols than anyone else here. You could also try to find something relevant in our data store, though last I heard Scribe Ibsen is having a bit of a problem accessing it. And if McNamara should give you any tasks, I'd ask that you kept me abreast of them. Report anything you find to me, and we'll move from there.
Why is it so important that we research night vision optics? Only a few people get to venture outside, usually to trade for food.
Our early test results look promising.
Look, this isn't a great time. Oh, what the hell? It's not like we're making any progress. Yeah, I'm in charge of keeping this data system up and running, but accessing... I could use some assistance, sure, but I highly doubt... I suppose it couldn't hurt to get another pair of... Well, you'll need to locate it on 3 different terminals in this area in 1 minute. Any longer and it'll jump, and you'll have to start all over. Locating the virus would... Normally... We'll get it eventually, but it's frustrating.
Your presence here, let's just you. That's right. Nothing gets in. Under the lockdown. Normally, that would have fallen under my jurisdiction, but the Elder thought it'd provide a good test for you. Fine by me. So, you've been talking to Hardin, eh? He's been looking for a way... Don't get me wrong, he's a good man. I'll tell you what I told Hardin, and I'll grant you access to that portion of the history section of our data store. I'm sure someone's told you all this before. Several years back, we were running our chapter out that our Elder at the time, Elijah, had some kind of obsession with the place. That place was hardly defensible, and we knew the NCR was moving in on us, but the Elder refused to budge, insisting that he just needed more time. We never found out what he needed time for. Wave upon wave of NCR troopers hit us from all directions. We held out for a time, but we were grossly outnumbered. Elder, we lost a lot of men and women. Who was Elijah more like? He was our Elder before McNamara. Bright guy, but just between you and me, he was a little off. Our mission is to recover and preserve the technology of the past. He even insisted we set up our base there, against the... Later.
Have you seen the dust storm above? I worked on that machine.
How may I assist you? I have 2 hours of weapons training every morning. It is a good way to start the day.
The word came down from the Elder that I'm to offer you some of our lesser wares. As if I didn't have other matters on my mind. If you must know, my inventory check this week shows that our weapon count is 1 short. Somehow we're... Hardin will have my head if I don't find that weapon soon. I can't delay my report to him any longer. If you happen to find it, bring it here right away. I might be able to throw a few supplies your way if you do.
Hello, outsider.
Hello.
You're being watched, so don't get any ideas.
Hardin owes his life to McNamara. That's why he won't challenge him outright.
Hello, outsider.
You're being watched, so don't get any ideas. How may I assist you?
How may I assist you?
Have you found it? I need to give my report to Hardin soon. Then we have nothing further to talk about. Our patrols are always bringing more stuff in. Take a look. Bye. Have you found it? I need to give my report to Hardin. Then we have... Our patrols are... Thanks. Later.